2 of these, but I also, for the viewing public, have a 10 milligram THC drink.
Ooh.
From a Detroit brand called Sweet Justice.
Very nice. Very nice. I like your choices.
It's
welcome to everybody who is joining us. It's cherry.
Hi everybody.
Did you say it's cherry or did you say it's grape?
This is cherry.
Okay.
Cola.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Justin Trudeau, for legalizing marijuana.
Right. Today we have with us Lori Kidwell, and we're pretty much going to talk about either A, Bucky Barnes, or B, Sebastian Stan most of the time. At least that's my understanding. If not Captain America as well, because we're both huge Stucky fans.
Yes. That's my ship. That's my OG ship.
Oh yeah,
forever
same.
and ever.
Same.
Forever and ever.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me, Steve, he'll be there till the end of the lie.
Right? I still have so many feels about the way they ended that,
Yeah.
Because yeah, in my mind, Steve Rogers would totally leave his best friend in the world who is recovering from
PTSD, among other things.
Yeah. At least a century of PTSD almost. To go back to a woman who had a family and destroy the timeline so that he could be.
I'm going to get into that because Kevin Feige is a dick. Anyway.
Okay, I'm here for it. Talk to me.
So, can I start at the beginning?
Please start at the beginning.
So, when I was 47 years old, 46 years old, I watched Star Wars for the first time. And this is related, I promise. And I went, meh. And so my friend Wade says, well, if you hate Star Wars, I bet you'll love Marvel. And I went and looked, and at the time, there were like 20 movies or something like that. It was like, no, I think it was 18 movies at the time. And I'm like, that is a way bigger commitment than Star Wars. And he's like, listen, watch the first 6. And if you hate them, we'll stop there.
Okay.
So I watched Iron Man and hated it. I was like, this is shit. And mostly it's the whole, Tony just being entitled white men. And I was like, I can watch 1,000 movies.
Oh, yeah.
About entitled white dudes. I haven't seen Wolf of Wall Street for a reason.
Yeah.
It's, but I've never seen Titanic either. I think I have something against Leonardo DiCaprio films.
Why do you
think? Because after What's Eating Gilbert Grape, I don't think I've seen a Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, wait. No. Romeo and Juliet. William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet.
Ah, yes. With the best Mercutio in the world.
He's the best. Anyway. Anyway.
So Iron Man sucks. That's where we are.
Iron Man sucks.
Picking it back up at Iron Man
sucks. The next one, I think, is... hold on. I have a list. Incredible Hulk. Edward Norton? Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2 has just reinforced my entire hatred of Tony Stark.
Yeah.
When he meets Natasha, then known as Natalie, it says, she's awesome. Where can I get one? She's an object to be purchased.
Well, for him, she is a commodity. He might have,
And I just went, no, yeah. This is awful. And at that point, I was yelling at Wade going, no. And he's like, just hold on. And then it was Thor, which Chris Hemsworth's eye candy, sure, whatever. It was and also Tom Hiddleston, adorable.
Oh, indeed.
And I'm like, okay, it is what it is. All right. So maybe Chris and Tom will redeem this shit for me. And so then Captain America, the first Avenger.
My
And I
heart.
can tell you the moment, you know how when Steve goes in to save Bucky, and then there's a big explode, and then the next thing you see is they're all marching back to the base, and there's that dun da da dun da da song. I went, I'm sold. I'm on this. This is my jam. This is the movie series for me. I'm in. I'm all in right now. And I remember at the time I was doing like live tweeting my watching these movies on Facebook. And I remember saying, that Bucky guy is kind of cute though.
Right.
And that was it. And then he
Especially
died.
those big baby doe eyes where he's like, Daddy.
And I'm like,
And
oh,
Steve just
3 cheers for Captain America. And I'm like,
I know. The feels.
Dead. I am deceased. I am gone.
Yeah.
And then he dies. And I'm not doing any spoiler alerts because this is now at this point like a 15-year-old movie.
Yeah,
and if you
come on.
don't know that Bucky dies in the first Avenger,
yeah,
sucks
they kind of ruined that in the comic book series too. But I mean, then they brought him back, and there's this whole
sucks to be you.
Yeah.
After the fact, I went and read all of the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah.
Comics, which I didn't know about, and apparently, I'll wait till we get there. Anyway, so Captain America, I'm all in.
Yeah.
All in. Bucky's gone. I'm bereft, but I'm watching this with people who have seen like the next like 15 movies or whatever it is at this point. And they're like, just so you know, Sebastian Stan is signed to a 9-film deal. And I'm like, well, how's that possible? Because and I'm like, wait a minute, he comes back. Oh my God. Anyway, it was very funny. And then it's the Avengers. And the Avengers left me, my biggest takeaway from that was like, how are people explaining this to their insurance companies?
Right? Holy shit, there was a lot of like New York City was torn apart.
And like Midtown Manhattan is
trying to run the numbers up in my head. I'm like, okay,
Midtown Manhattan is not an inexpensive place to live, even in 2012.
Right?
Like, and I'm just like, that's a lot. Like,
I would love to see how Eric Adams would handle that shit.
When Rudy Giuliani was the mayor of New York, how would he explain that one?
Yeah.
It was a lot. But it also cemented my love of Natasha.
Yeah.
Because she had a much bigger role and a much bigger place. And I realized that for me, it was one of the first female representations in a movie like this where she didn't fall in love with her co-stars.
Right.
Or they didn't fall in love with her.
Yeah.
She was just part of the team. She was a woman kicking ass and she did her thing.
There was no sexual tension in the first movie at all, which was awesome.
Yeah. There's just none of that. And so I was like, okay. First Avenger and the Avengers just cemented it for me. I was like, I'm all in. Let's go.
Yeah.
So we went on, and then there was Iron Man 3, and it was actually my favorite of the Iron Mans, even though a lot of apparently that is a hot take because Iron Man, and I'm like, it's the first time that Tony feels like he's facing consequences for his actions for the very first time. And that man has got to be pushing 40 at that point. And it's like he's reaping what he has sown for the very first time. And then what's after that? And then it's Thor Dark World, which my favorite part is when Loki is walking with Thor and then he turns into Captain America. It's like, oh, the righteousness, oh, the patriotism, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And when I realized that that's Chris Evans doing his impersonation of Tom Hiddleston as
Yeah.
Loki doing his impersonation of Captain America, that's just some high class acting. It is the only part of Thor: A Dark World that is worth watching. I have found it on a little clip on YouTube, and every time I need a laugh for stupid reasons, I go back to it.
Even
Because
Get Help. Get Help didn't make you like that was.
no, but that's not in Thor: Dark World.
That's Ragnarok. You're right.
That's in Ragnarok.
You're right.
But the only part of Thor: A Dark World is that scene where Chris Evans plays Tom Hiddleston playing Loki, playing Captain America. It's beautiful. It's art. It's fucking art. I love it. I love everything about it. And then what's after Thor: Dark World? Winter Soldier. Holy shit. We're here already. Winter Soldier.
I know. Moment.
This is the finest movie of the MCU ever made.
Goddamn
period.
Right.
I will take no fucking comments. I said what I said.
100%.
It's just, it's everything I wanted in a superhero movie, and it doesn't have a happy ending, and it doesn't have the good guys winning. Like, everything is in utter chaos at the end of this movie.
Oh,
And I'm there for it. And
when you see a deeper connection between Captain America and Scarlet.
Yes. And they're
Widow.
friends.
Yeah.
They are friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm down with that. I'm
Yeah.
absolutely down with that.
Yeah.
The whole scene where they're in the truck.
Yeah.
And she's like, how'd you learn to hotwire a truck? And he's like, Nazi Germany in 1947. I'm like, it's not the same truck. Like, that's kind of bullshit. And also, one of the things that bugged me about the Cap, I think in the Avengers, was he was like, language and all that stuff. And I'm like, this guy grew up in like the 30s in Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah. And he was twink as fuck. Like,
he's probably got the biggest potty mouth of the entire Avengers crew. He has seen some shit.
Yeah.
And they're acting like he's like this like Iowa corn-fed farm boy. And I'm like, no, that's not Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
And so the fact that he can hotwire a modern truck tells me he's been up to some shit. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he knows
boy through and through.
He's not a corn-fed boy, but like boy from the country. He didn't come just straight off the farm. And I understand that the 30s was a different time, but 30s in New York City was a different time.
Oh, yeah. And the movies that were presented with, there was something called a code that kept them from showing alcohol or too much violence or cursing. So we have this idealized idea that people back in the 30s and the 40s were all, oh, shucks, ma. Mm-hmm.
It's wrong.
Yes.
And that's an issue that I have with, what's his name? Joss Whedon. But that's another conversation.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer until I was in my so I was like 48 or 49.
I watched it religiously as it aired, and I
You know
loved
why
it.
I didn't watch it religiously while it aired? It was my mom's favorite TV show.
Oh.
And I was like, my mom likes it. It's probably shite.
Like Xander always gave me a headache to begin with, but I look back now and I'm like, wow, Xander's a shitbag. Why did she hang out with him? Why
I don't like that guy.
With him? He's just an awful person.
I watched it. I guess it was last year. It was like last summer I watched it when it went up on Disney.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, whatevs. I'll give it a shot. And I was like, also, chick from How I Met Your Mother is annoying. So you have to remember, I was watching Buffy and I was like, Xander is Garcia's boyfriend from NC.
Oh my God.
Because I'm seeing and
yeah,
what's her name is the girl from How I Met Your Mother. And yeah. So anyway, speaking of How I Met Your Mother, Robin from How I Met Your Mother, it works for S.H.I.E.L.D. in the MCU.
Interesting.
She's Nick Fury's sidekick. What's her name? Oh, this is bad. I've been smoking a little bit of weed today.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, you're fine. You're fine. Just live.
What?
Just live the life, man.
She's the one that disappears at the end of Captain Marvel with Nick Fury.
The one who.
Oh, shit, the dark-haired woman works for S.H.I.E.L.D.
Monica Rambeau?
No. Fuck. I'm gonna have to look.
Why am I forgetting her name?
Maria.
Yes.
Maria something.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of the many Canadians that appears in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
And so, just so Twitch knows, I am from Canada, and we obsess about this kind of shit. Anyway, so the Winter Soldier is the best one. The elevator fight scene will warm my heart till the end of time.
Oh yeah.
Anybody want to get off?
Yeah.
Like, that's hilarious.
It was flawless. It was fucking
and I actually watched some behind the scenes footage of them practicing that fight.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, there's a lot of people in like not a very big space either. Like that was not CGI. Those were like fucking 12 people in a box the size of an elevator.
Yeah, hella choreography.
That was a lot. That was a lot. And their fight choreographer for that ended up becoming a director.
Nice.
And Chris Hemsworth made like a movie for Netflix a couple years ago.
Oh God, where he plays a like secret forces.
Yeah, and he's got to get somebody out of a country or whatever. It's
extradition
directed by
I don't know.
It's directed by Sam, who was the fight choreographer for Marvel.
Yeah, I get so tired of the, you know.
It's fucking bullshit, man.
It is fucking bullshit.
Anyway, so moving on. Sebastian Stan is so beautiful.
Agreed.
And his character is such a cinnamon roll that gets put through so much. I think just because somebody thinks it's funny, I don't know. It's awful.
They put Chubby Dumping through the ringer.
Like a lot.
A whole lot.
Like too much. It's too much.
Yeah,
Too much. And that whole like you're my mission thing where he's punching him, like I'm like, oh. But then he rescues Steve at the end, and I'm like, oh, and then I realized like like Steve has been chasing Bucky over like years at this point.
Yeah.
And then realize he's alive, and it's like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
And now
that's gonna be a head fuck for a guy that came out of the ice. 2 weeks later, he's fighting aliens in downtown New York. And then how many weeks or months later is it, that
it's not even like it's like a year. Like a year later, he finds out
the PTSD is just insane.
And no one in this entire universe stops to go, hey, maybe somebody needs therapy.
Right?
Like nobody
like, could
says,
Tony have a staff of them?
Like Tony live pay for all of the therapy for everybody.
Because holy shit, especially Steve, who's positive that everything's fine.
Yes.
Because therapy was something that you didn't talk about back then.
And like Steve, and that like the whole end of the Avengers were like, "You okay, Cap?" I'm like, "Probably fucking not." Like, no.
It's not the trauma Olympics for everybody else on the fucking team as well.
But like, I think that Steve has like a particular complaint that could be made, like the fact like he wakes up in a room and someone's trying to pretend that it's like a different time.
Yeah. That
Like
nothing has
that's
changed. Oh yeah.
yeah, like he's like it's like 1947 and he's like, I was at that game, you fuckers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, sorry, I'm trying to open my can of drink because they're afraid that children will get in them. They have to put these
Good
fucking
Lord.
plastic tops on them that require a spoon to open.
That's
No,
ridiculous.
I just used a butter knife, but
Well, you know.
but anyway, this is my can of drink.
All right.
Thanks, Detroit. So where are we at? Okay. Then Guardians of the Galaxy, which I thought was adorable. It was actually the first MCU movie I saw in the theater. It was
Okay.
like the last week before it left theaters. I went and saw it because I had watched all these other Marvel movies up to that point, and I'd caught up, and I was like, cool. And it's a buddy film,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's as good a group of people as the Avengers, but they're adorable.
Yeah.
And at the end, where Groot saves them all by building the tree around them, and he dies.
Yeah. Oh, you froze.
And
Uh-oh. I think your connection is a little hosed. Oh man. I have no idea what happened. I think we're experiencing technical difficulties on the other side. I'm going to wait for Lori to come back.
anyway, when he does, oh, we're Groot at the
Yeah, your video locked up.
sorry.
No, you're fine. What's going on?
Oh, it just everything crashed. Like everything, you blinked and stayed that way, and everything was stopped. Anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy, I was cool with it, and then Groot did that thing where he built a bush around all of them to save
Yeah,
them,
and
and he says,
sacrificed himself.
"We are Groot."
I know. Oh,
I just sobbed, and
yeah.
that was the first time that I cried in an MCU movie. I'm just like sobbing. I'm like, we are Groot. Yes, yes, we are. We are Groot.
Yeah.
And then you see baby Groot at the end.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Because Groot apparently is self-sustaining or something. I don't know.
Groot
And
cannot die.
then
Groot
was,
is eternal. We are Groot.
yeah, we are Groot. And then there was Age of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
Cool fight scenes. Um, Hawkeye getting his moment, which is neither here nor there, really. But that whole thing of like, I have arrows, it makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a good speech.
Um,
It was a good speech.
the level of self-awareness of a comic book character really helps. Like, it was really nice to hear.
Yeah.
And
Well, there was that
and
whole.
then the whole thing about like to Wanda, where he's like, if you step out there, you're an Avenger. If you stay in here, you're just a person.
Mhm.
And that was kind of a big deal. And then we got to see Wanda throwing her like energy balls or whatever that is.
Mhm.
And then what's his name? Quicksilver dying and all of that.
Very sad. James Spader made a good evil character. Oh no, it looks like there's been another crash.
Also, I'd like to talk about insurance.
Insurance. Okay. I think we're waiting for her to come back. Oh no.
I have no idea what's happening. That one just totally restarted on me. You froze up again, and I went, I have no idea
Funky.
what's happening.
You said insurance.
So I'd like to talk about insurance.
Okay.
With the whole like pulling a city up out of the ground and then dropping it back down.
Yeah, right?
Sokovia.
Yeah.
And then that brings us to the Sokovia Accords later on. Anyway, Ant-Man, adorable. Like an adorable
I
little
didn't
movie.
watch Ant-Man. I tried to watch it. I was like,
it takes place in San Francisco. And then I had a friend who lives in San Francisco, and they're like, there's no way you would drive that way to go to that place.
well, there's no way that Steve Rogers would run the way he did in Captain America. There are like several different locations.
Yes.
It's not contiguous.
It's funny because semi-related, the first Deadpool was shot in Vancouver, and I lived in Vancouver at the time they were shooting it.
Mm-hmm.
But when they released it, I wasn't living in Vancouver. But the whole, like, he's driving along, and I know that he is headed east, and then all of a sudden, without turning, he is definitely headed south on a completely different street that he would have had to turn around, drive back 10 blocks.
It's movie quantum physics. It's movie quantum
and then drive like 20 blocks south to pick up where those two shots came from. Movie geography makes no sense.
Correct.
Even though in the first Deadpool movie, he's in Stan Lee is DJing in a strip club, and that is an actual strip club in Vancouver that used to be across the street from a guy I dated when I lived in Vancouver. And we used to sit on his balcony and watch the men embarrass themselves because they thought they were dating one of the strippers.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't.
Like, this is my job.
Yeah.
Like,
just
how
because
I make
you bought $100 worth of lap dances from me does not mean I'm going home with you.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, number 5 orange. It's the C team of strip clubs in Vancouver, but it's still there apparently. So that's for a city that the best B team strip club in Vancouver got closed several years ago, and I'm very sad about it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Anyway, so Ant-Man was what it was. But we find out later that Ant-Man is a very important character, which brings us to Civil War. Now, there's a very contentious view. There's a lot of people who believe Civil War is the best of the MCU.
No.
I disagree.
I disagree as well.
It's a very good movie.
It is a very good movie.
Tony referring to Bucky as Manchurian Candidate warms my heart. Like it really does.
It's a good callback.
Also, Tony calling Thor in, I think it's the Avengers, Point Break.
Right.
That's charm and nuance. You gotta think it's a thinker, and that's what I like about stuff like that. And Tony calling Bucky Manchurian Candidate, that's also a thinker. You gotta know some shit to get that joke. And I love everything about it. But Tony expects a lot more of Steve in this movie.
Yes.
That I think Tony is entitled to.
Tony expects Steve not to be Steve.
Yes.
He essentially doesn't really buy the, rigid honor. Well, I don't know, rigid. It's Captain America can be flexible, but he is a very honorable, good man. And I think that Tony doesn't like it's that's got to be an act,
I think
Not.
I think that Tony just expected a lot more of what has been to this point a fairly contentious relationship. Like if you think
True.
of the Sokovia Accords in Winter Soldier, if you think about some of the other little pissy moments the two of them have had,
Yeah.
like I know like 10 guys that are worth one of you, like that sort of thing. Um like I don't think that Steve and Tony were friends. I think they were colleagues.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Steve had a great deal of respect for what Tony could do and that sort of stuff, but Tony
As
was,
a person, as a man of character, no.
yeah.
No.
And I don't think that Steve ever um really understood Tony's level of expectation.
Mm, fair
Um,
enough.
I think it's one of those things where it's like when when women say I respect you, that means I see your humanity. And when men say I respect you, that means I see your authority.
Mm, I've heard that before. Yeah.
And for a lot of people, when they say I respect you, that means unless you recognize my authority, I don't respect your humanity.
Mm, yeah. Yeah.
And I think that that was very much the relationship between Steve, where Steve was all in for the man.
Yeah.
I heard a joke once that was like, um, like Tony hates Steve, and they were like, that's okay because Tony's dad loves Steve. Like, you know, at least Tony's dad loves Steve,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I think that's an ongoing issue because Tony heard his whole life how great Steve was
Mm-hmm.
until, of course, 1993. But anyway, and I think that's a whole thing too. The fact that Bucky killed Tony's dad and mom, and Steve apparently tried to hide it from him, though that's not clear in the movie. And I'd like a deleted scene.
It'd be nice. I mean, it really came across like, well, Steve knew and he just didn't say anything, and that's not so good. I thought we were friends. It's like, motherfucker, we're not drinking mochas.
Yes.
And we're not going to parties together. We're not in each other's back pocket.
Oh, but that reminds me of the party. Is it in the Avengers or is it Age of Ultron?
Age of
Where they're
Ultron.
Age of Ultron when they're trying to lift Thor's hammer,
Yep.
and
And,
Steve
and
like,
Tony declares prima nocta because he's a
yes,
gag. Oof.
and Steve makes it move,
Yeah.
and I know because of what we know later on, like he could actually lift it, but
Yeah.
he didn't want Thor to feel bad, so he was like,
But
just a look,
I did love Chris Hemsworth, like,
yeah, when it just moved a little bit, he was like, and
oh
then what we
shit.
know from later on. But anyway, but I just think that Tony had just a greater expectation of his connection with Steve than Steve actually had. And that's my issue. And then that whole bit when Stanley shows up, he's like, Tony stank. And he's but the letter and the phone that is in the thing, and I still think about the paraphrase of Steve's words, where he's like, I've always believed in people. Individuals have never let me down.
Yeah.
And I've often said that what we do as like humanity has been awful, but when pushes come to shove, there have been people who have showed up for me, individual people.
Oh,
who've
yeah.
showed up for me.
And there have been individual people throughout history who have dedicated their lives to pushing through to make sure that life is better for other people.
Yes. And get together, you know, a handful of other people
Yeah.
to push it through.
Yeah.
But I don't trust humanity, but I do trust people.
Yeah.
And that was a lot, because I don't know. I just love Steve so much. Like,
Yeah.
he's just goodness.
Yeah. And he is trying his best in a
Mm-hmm.
world that he doesn't understand, where literally everybody he's ever known is now dead.
Yes. Or like the handful of guys that he brings to the Age of Ultron party.
Yeah.
From the Veterans Center. Or
Excelsior.
met him at the DFW. I don't know.
The local Moose Lodge boys.
Yes.
Fuck it. Bring
In
them.
Canada, that would be called the Legion.
The Legion. Okay.
Yes. The Royal Canadian Legion, which is for, it's like the DFW, like veterans of wars. I'm actually entitled to become a member because I am the granddaughter of a World War II vet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I'm sad that my grandfather didn't live to see First Avenger, because he would have loved it.
Yeah.
I
I don't think he would have loved the resurgence of fucking Nazis.
Oh,
but
no.
yeah,
Oh, my
the First
grandfather.
Avenger he probably would have loved.
Okay, when I was like in my early 20s, I had a Dead Kennedys Nazi punks fuck off t-shirt with the swastika crossed out. My grandfather was like, "You will not have this in my house." But I'm like, "But grandpa, he's like, "That will not be in my house."
Yeah.
And it was
Just
like,
the very image, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
yeah, my
Forget it.
grandfather my grandfather would be cracking heads.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of people who walked through Bastogne and did the Baton Death March who would be beating the shit out of these people right now.
And my grandfather wasn't even like, he wasn't infantry either. He was like, my grandfather was at every major battle of World War II, like 5 to 15 days later, because he was a mechanic.
And my uncle landed at Normandy.
My grandfather was at Normandy minus 6 days.
Yeah, he hit Omaha Beach. It's just it is a war that took a lot from a lot of people.
And I have like 2 veterans of the First World War in my family as well, and one of them has no known grave. He's in Belgium. There's a big arch where they put all the names of the Commonwealth soldiers, where they don't know where they are buried because they just went under the muck. I think it's called Menin Gate.
Yeah.
And it's in Ypres, Belgium.
Yeah.
And I have a family, like my last name is on Menin Gate. My great uncle. And he was like 24. It's just bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens at the end of Bucky goes to Wakanda.
Yep. Gets turned back into a popsicle because he doesn't trust himself.
And then Shuri does her magic.
Mm-hmm.
Another white boy for her to heal.
Exactly.
But that comes up later. Mm-hmm. That was one of the funniest lines. Anyway, then there's Doctor Strange. And my only issue with Doctor Strange is I do not like butterscotch Cabbage Patch's American accent.
Okay.
I'm not a fan.
Okay. Was Doctor Strange before Black Panther came out?
Yes.
Okay.
So that came out, Doctor Strange came out after Civil War.
That's right.
And yeah, I don't know. Cool character, cool things, but it's like magical Tony Stark.
Pretty much.
Like if Tony Stark had powers, he'd be Doctor Strange. Because that's the other thing. Tony Stark is the Batman of the MCU because he doesn't have any powers. He's just got tech
and money. Yeah.
and money. And so I have whatever. And then we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Baby Groot. I'm here for all day, every day. I can't even remember what happened in Volume 2. Is that when did Yondu die in number 2?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a Chris Pratt fan, and when I go off an actor, I don't watch the things that they're in. It's the same thing with Jared Leto. I don't like cult leaders. I just
I like Baby Groot. Oh, and Yondu is like, he may be your father, but he's not your daddy. And that's funny. And then my very first Spider-Man movie. Is that the one with
Kurt Russell as a god that was?
Yeah, but also a planet. But also they use that anti-aging technology to make him look like he did in the 80s, and it was weird.
Oh, I know. It's like Snake Plissken. What the fuck?
And then my first Spider-Man movie, Homecoming. I'd never watched a Spider-Man movie before. Actually, that's not true. I watched the one where I think it's Tobey Maguire. Don't quote me on this. I went on a date. I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't really want to be there. And he says, I don't even know who I am anymore. And when I was watching it, it was a matinee, and there was a little kid down by the front. And when I think it's Tobey Maguire says, I don't even know who I am anymore, this little kid from the front of the theater goes, "You Spider-Man."
That's awesome.
I don't know which. I was on a date. I didn't want to be there. It was awful. Anyway, but that kid at the front who went, "You Spider-Man," I think of that often. I'm not a huge fan of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Just in general. I think Tom Holland is adorable.
Yeah.
I think
he's the only Spider-Man that I bought was actually a kid. Because the
other ones were supposed to be grown-ups, like they had jobs and shit. But this was like apparently Stan Lee's favorite version of Spider-Man is the teenage Spider-Man. In high school, doesn't have a job at the Daily Bugle, isn't all of that. And so Kevin Feige wanted to like take it all back. Whatever. I do love like the ode to Ferris Bueller as he's running through all the yards.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's great. But it was, I don't know. I'm not a fan of Zendaya as an actor. I think she's a great human being, but I'm not a fan of her acting. And I also have this like issue with like taking very young characters like in their mid-teens and being like, this is the girl for you forever. Like, but that's another topic for another day. And then let's do Get Help. Thor Ragnarok is a thing of beauty.
Taika Waititi is a goddamn genius.
I think I need some pamphlets. Like, it's
Yeah, that movie was a roller coaster ride of fun.
it was so stupid. Like, it was so stupid. Like, Jeff Goldblum as whatever that guy is.
Yeah. The Collector?
No, it's not the Collector.
Not the
That's
Collector.
Benicio del Toro.
That's right.
In all the Guardians of the Galaxy films. What's the name of that character? Oh, fuck.
I don't remember his name either. Or his title.
Hold on. Grandmaster.
Oh.
Grandmaster. What a bonkers character that is. Like, it's
But
just
but Jeff Goldblum played it to the hilt.
like, well, he was like, is this scenery? I'm gonna chew it up. Like, it was like,
Oh yeah.
and I've never really known Jeff Goldblum to be like, I'm gonna play this small.
Right. I'm just gonna pull back a little,
Yeah, like,
a little
I
less
think,
Jeff Goldblum.
yeah, a little nuanced, a little, and but he went, all of the scenery will be chewed.
Oh yeah.
Just let me at it. And I think that part of that really informed like Tom Hiddleston's portrayal of like Loki was sort of like this guy. Like, when Loki is going, you are certified bonkers.
Yeah.
Shit is over. Like, it's over. Um I just like that whole like, you won. Let's congratulate me for letting you win. Like, when there was the whole overthrow of the government and stuff like that. That was beautiful. Also, I love Tessa Thompson as
Valkyrie
Valkyrie.
was fantastic. Yep. Tessa Thompson's awesome.
My secondary ship is Valkyrie and Captain Marvel, but
Oh,
we'll
fair
get there.
enough. Oh,
We'll
good
get there
pairing.
somewhere. We'll get
Good
there
pairing.
at another point. So Ragnarok is just beautiful. Black Panther. I remember going to see this in the theaters, and there were all these little black girls that were like dressed up and
It
so
was so
excited.
beautiful.
And
Yeah.
I didn't even live in a town that had a sizable black or Caribbean Canadian um, community, but I swear they all came for
Yeah.
Black Panther. And
Yeah.
I think that technically and storyline and all of it, I think that Black Panther is the best movie of the MCU.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier is the best story. But
Okay.
Winter Soldier is my favorite, right? But I think that just technically, story wise, all of the movie making stuff, I think that Black Panther is the best of them.
I wanted to see a lot more of Wakanda, like the citizens behind the scenes, the
And
city.
there's just that, like, all those like different groups. I'm
Yeah. Oh yeah, all the different
like,
tribes.
what's up with the warrior tribe? What's up with the border tribe? What's up with these people? Like,
Yeah.
I'd love to see a TV series where it's like Wakanda now or something like that. Like, and Shuri is just such a great character.
Oh,
Like,
she's
the whole like, why are you wearing bare feet in my thing? Why are your toes out in my laboratory? That's what it is. Like, I'm like, that's just fucking killer. That's so great.
and Chadwick. Oh,
Such a beautiful man.
yeah.
And he hid so much about what was really going on with him, and that breaks my heart
Yeah. Oh
so
yeah.
much. We're getting down to it.
Oh, I know.
Also, seeing Bucky at the end of
Black
Black
Panther.
Panther, and I'm
Where his
like,
mother is like, "Are you in the movie?" Sebastian Stan's
yes,
mom is like, "Where are you in the movie?" At the end, Ma.
you had to stay past the credits.
It's
Oh,
at
I
the end,
left.
Ma.
Oh, I left before then. Um, but like he's got no arm, and he's got like he's looking a little rough and
Oh
stuff
yeah.
like that. And there's the whole joke because the next movie is Infinity War, and Steve returns to Wakanda. And Chadwick goes to see Bucky and gives him the arm. And then all of a sudden, when Steve's back, he's looking fluffy, soft, and all together.
Oh yeah,
This
it's a
is
real
like,
Claire all hair moment.
yeah. A friend of mine says that he learned all about Wakandan Shay, but
Oh,
sorry,
okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
because there's got to be magic hair products in Wakanda.
Right.
And when like when Steve sees Bucky, they just do that like man pat,
Yeah,
and I'm like, no,
I know.
no,
I know.
no,
It's like, how you doing, pal? Just punching each
yeah,
other in the shoulder. Oh, it's so good
yeah.
to see you, pal.
Like Steve should be sweeping him off his feet.
And kissing him passionately.
Yes, and
Because
so
is
and
this
then
the
there's that
first
whole
time they've seen each other? They're not really clear about that, but goddamn.
how many times have they seen each other? We don't know
Yeah, yeah.
because it's been a while. It's been like a couple of years at that point.
But maybe Bucky's been a popsicle for a couple of years, and this is, well, no, he's
Or
been,
sure,
that's
he
right,
got
he's been
on his
goat
shit.
herding. He's been goat herding. I forgot.
Yep. And, hanging out with the local kids, maybe doing some fishing. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's unclear what Bucky's hobbies and interests are. They don't really. He does like selecting produce. We know that.
He
Um,
does. He does. He likes sushi.
yep. But we don't find that out until later.
True. True.
Uh, um, uh, but Infinity War, for me, the part. So I went through Infinity War going, someone's going to die.
Oh yeah.
Someone's going to die. And then to have Bucky just disappear,
Yeah.
I fucking lost my shit. Like, just bonker. And I'm like, no, I was supposed to have. And then they announced Endgame. And I was like, you motherfuckers
Mm-hmm.
doing it as a two-part. I'm not happy about this. I was legitimately angered for a while, but
Yeah.
not as much as I was angered after the later film.
Ugh.
Uh, so then there was Ant-Man and the Wasp, and all we know is that they get dusted while Ant-Man is in the quantum tunneling, whatever bullshit thing that they made up for this. I'm not sure. And then Captain Marvel. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Really unpopular opinion, but I love Carol Danvers as much as I love Steve Rogers.
She's a good
And I best can sum this up where it's like Steve Rogers does what is right because it's the right thing to do. Carol does what is right because fuck you.
Yeah.
And that's so I am Team Caps. Hashtag Team Caps. I love the two of them. I don't ship them ever, 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 ever.
Yeah. Me neither.
But Steve and Carol are my favorites because they can handle their shit. They're stronger than anybody else, and they do what is right.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Endgame. I can't watch certain scenes of this movie to this day without sobbing my eyes out. The scene where the portals start opening.
Mm-hmm.
And then Falcon says, on your left.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they all start coming through the portals.
That was a moment. Wow.
Bucky has 2 different hairdos in that scene. When he comes through the first time, he's just holding his gun and his hair's all down. And then the next time they show him, he's still holding his gun, but he's got his, like, the top of his hair, like, pulled up into, like, a half pony.
Man, he's quick. He'd just be like, pow.
Though part of me thinks that he, like, put the gun between his knees and then grabbed, like, an elastic off his wrist.
See?
That's what I want to believe happened. And
just,
then picked his gun.
and then, like,
Yeah.
your hair, and then, all right.
It's like, it's going to be a vision issue here if I don't do something about this. And then, Steve getting
the hammer.
aged Mjolnir.
Yeah.
And then, but Thor going, I knew it. Like, that is a throwback so far in a movie franchise. Like, some of the throwbacks were like, man, I barely remember that. And I know that someone at Marvel has like a spreadsheet where all of these little throwbacks and plot hole closings. And like, someone's tracking this shit. Someone at Marvel, that's their job, is to just track the interweaving stories. And I cried in Endgame from the minute that Clint's family got dusted. Which is like a minute and a half into the movie. I sobbed. I brought a full box of Kleenex because I went into this thinking, I'm going to watch Steve die.
Yeah.
That was like, that you could not have convinced me otherwise.
Yeah.
That I was going to watch Steve Rogers die and them figure out some way to get rid of Tony. However, Marvel, being the dicks they are, reverse Uno that on me, and I'm like, no. And I was like, I don't care if Tony dies. Like, I don't. Though that whole thing was very moving, and I was crying throughout it for other reasons. I like, my best friend, her guy is Tony, because she likes assholes like that.
It's a type.
We all have our thing.
Indeed.
And so she's like upset about Tony. And the fact that I cried over Tony Stark is something I will barely admit to. Because I don't like that man. And also, I'm like, I was never a fan of Gwyneth Paltrow, but I'm less of a fan of Gwyneth Paltrow after the MCU.
It's very satisfying to watch her die in Contagion, though, I will say.
Though, I still think about the shoes that she was wearing in Iron Man. She was wearing a very, very classic pair of Christian Louboutin red-soled shoes. And I'm like, did you see her shoes? And everybody's like, I don't care. And I was like, that's a fucking $1,500 pair of shoes she's wearing. She's walking around in a Marvel movie. Which is another thing about Taylor Swift. I'm obsessed with Taylor Swift these days. It's very big. It's a big to-do. But she has like 5 different pairs of red-soled Louboutins in her Eras tour. And I'm like, I don't know who they hire to repaint those soles every night, because she also dances around a lot and I was like, she's got a pair of these like white glitter boots that are Louboutin, and I was like, those have got to be like $6,000. Though very well made, beautiful. But we won't talk. I'm not getting started on Taylor Swift. It's too much. And then we had Spider-Man Far From Home, which was the first movie where everybody was sort of dealing with the fact that Tony's gone and no one knows where Captain America is, though he might be living on the moon. We don't know.
True.
Apparently,
there are reports.
Yes, I think that TMZ has too much to do. And then, yeah, so that's Far From Home. That ends the first 3 phases of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I'm just going to blow through the rest of these because I don't really care.
Yeah, it just I lost interest after Endgame. I mean, I enjoyed the Loki series. I enjoyed Scarlet Witch, but
I liked Black Widow, but I think that it was 5 years too late.
Yes, agreed.
I liked Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings because Simu Liu is also Canadian and amazing.
Yeah.
Eternals. What was that? What was that even for? I don't know. No Way Home. I don't remember what happened.
Like another white man goes on a power trip. Oh.
Yeah. Spider-Man No Way Home. I barely remember what happened in that. Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. I didn't even bother to go to the movie theater for this. I think it was like the first one.
Yeah.
Well, other than the ones that were like basically straight to Disney Plus because of the pandemic. But I just didn't even bother. Thor: Love and Thunder, I did see in the movie theaters. No regrets.
The goats.
But not as good as...
The Screaming Goats made it for me.
Yeah, but still not as good as Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, I did see in the movie theaters. I think they did the best they could.
Yeah.
Without Chadwick. And then... excuse me. Then we have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I think I watched it on Disney Plus too. I don't remember a damn thing about it. I don't remember a damn thing about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yeah.
The Marvels. I did want to talk about this.
I have not seen that yet.
The Marvels, and this is probably a hot take because nobody went and saw it in the theaters, but also I would like to say, as an avid consumer of like social media and regular media, I saw zero promotion of the Marvels.
Yeah.
None. And I didn't even know it was in theaters until it was leaving theaters.
Yep. I wonder if that's because it got so much bad press from men having their feelings hurt.
But that started with Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah.
But the Marvels came out last year, and I'm gonna make this assertion, and I will be taking no comments. The Marvels is the best of the MCU since Endgame.
All right, I'm gonna have to watch it then.
The characters are amazing. We have Carol. We have the younger Rambo. And we have Kamala Khan, a superpowered young Muslim girl from New Jersey. And the way that they get together is bonkers. It's a fun story, some great fight scenes. Carol's working out her shit. Monica Rambeau is working out her shit. And Kamala's just really happy to be there.
Yeah, she's just happy to be included. She's adorable. Oh my God.
She is the actress that plays her is also Canadian.
She's awesome.
She's from Toronto. And so Kamala's just like so thrilled that Carol knows her name.
Yeah.
And do you remember that scene in Civil War where Ant-Man meets Steve for the first time? He's like, Captain America, I've been shaking your hand too long. Like, it's like that kind of energy, but it's like very sweet girl.
Oh,
And she's just like, like, and she, at one point, with the way that the timeline keeps working, they eat, like, every time one of them uses their powers, because their powers are all linked together by light, by the
yeah.
fact that they manipulate light. Every time one of them uses their power, all three of them switch places. I believe that's at the end of one of the movies. Anyway, and so like Carol ends up at like Kamala Khan's parents' place, and they're like, "Who are you?" And they say she tells them stuff about their daughter, and then when Kamala makes it back to her parents' house, they're like, "We had no idea that this is what you were doing." And it was like a whole moment of understanding. It was very cute.
Oh,
And but it's just story for story, fight scene for fight scene, characters that you give a shit about. The Marvels is the best since Endgame.
okay.
And it is on Disney Plus. And I am actually angry that I didn't know this was in theaters. Like I knew that it was coming, but I had, because of the pandemic, like time is meaningless and days don't matter.
Yeah. Oh no, you locked up again. Versus. Is she coming back? Oh, sort of.
I have no idea why. I am 5 feet from my router and it keeps connecting on me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Apparently, I need to hardwire into this shit. I don't know. It just went unstable connection and then booted me. Like, ah.
That's a pain in the neck.
Anyway, so I think I'm going to sum this up by saying I like Marvel more than I liked Star Wars because these are characters I actually give a shit about. And then years after saying that, I saw an interview with Stan Lee about writing characters. And he said, if you want to know about a character, ask who loves them.
Mm,
It's like, we know so much, we care about Spider-Man because we know so much about Peter Parker.
yeah.
And I think that's why I hate Tony and I love Steve. Because Tony had a bad childhood. You know what? My dad hates me too. Like,
Yeah. I know plenty of people who've been abused and they're not dicks.
and I think that Tony's like money just purchased him a whole new set of ways of acting out on your trauma
Mm-hmm.
that perhaps people like, say, you and me do not have access to.
Yeah.
And so, but the people who think it's like understandable, I'm like, you had millions and billions of dollars. Get yourself some fucking therapy.
Please.
Don't don't build
Please.
yourself don't build yourself a suit,
Yeah.
or build yourself a suit after you've come to love yourself. I don't like,
You know, or
but
get therapy before or after. Just, you know, one or the other, man.
yeah. And I don't know how Pepper put up with his shit for as long as she
I
did.
I don't either.
Though I would love, 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 love to see a like a special, like a 2-hour special of in character Pepper Potts, Maria Hill, Scarlett Johansson, and Valkyrie just having some white Zinfandel
And
and
slagging off on all the guys on the team.
just talking shit about the men in their lives.
Yeah, that'd
Like
be
just
pretty
like a 2-hour in conversation with, and just find them all like half a bottle of white Zin in,
cool.
and just let them talk. And
And if only Feige would get on that. That'd be awesome.
oh, you know the guy in Ant-Man who's like, so my cousin, and he tells this like whole long story to get to a very fine point. I can't remember the guy who plays him. I think it's Michael Pena.
Ah,
He does these whole things in the Ant-Man movies where like, so my cousin Jaime, he wanted me to, and then it comes down to, and that's how I got this bottle of Coca-Cola. Like, but there's like a 5-minute story to get to a very fine point. Apparently, there is a version of him telling the whole story of the MCU from Iron Man to Endgame
wow.
in that style, and Feige owns it, and he will not release it until something happens.
My goodness.
And to hear like a Michael Pena style story
Mm-hmm.
of explaining like all 23 movies or whatever it ended up being
Mm-hmm.
is it brings just the knowledge that this exists in the world brings me joy
Yeah.
in so many ways.
Yeah.
I also wanted to show this.
Ah, the tattoo they all got. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have it as a pendant
Nice.
because that's what kind of weirdo I am. Um, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which was a great series with its like. I have a couple friends who've never watched or don't really know the Marvel movies or
Yeah.
haven't checked in since the Avengers or
Yeah.
even Iron Man, and they all watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and there was like a couple things that they were confused about, but it was a very fine standalone series. You didn't really need to know
Yeah.
like the finer plot points. You just needed to know that these two guys have known each other, and it was kind of a contentious thing.
Yeah.
And like that scene in Civil War where it's like, I hate you.
Yeah, they're a good pair.
And
Anthony and Sebastian are a good pair. They were a good pair on tour too. During interviews.
like when they were doing the press tour, and when they get together at cons,
Mm-hmm.
and they were both in Toronto. I think it was 2 years ago for the Toronto International Film Fest. They were both doing separate movies,
Yeah.
and Sebastian came in, I guess, late. Like they were like doing premieres like one right after the other, night by night,
Yeah.
and he came into town after um, Alex or Mackie's um, premiere had already ended, and
Okay.
Sebastian came into town right after that, and I guess went to like the after party.
Yeah.
And as he walked through the door, he was like, "I didn't need to ask if he was still here because I could hear him." And the two of them, like, Anthony Mackie is so incredibly complimentary to Sebastian, and Sebastian seems overwhelmed by
Yeah.
just being around Mackie. And
Yeah.
as I understand it, Sebastian is actually kind of like an introverted guy. And so Mackie is just a lot.
Yeah.
And I see that as being like something he is.
Mm-hmm.
Like the guy that you hear from across the street.
Mm-hmm. So he's me.
And but Falcon Winter Soldier, great standalone
Oh yeah, it was so
story.
fantastic.
Apparently, the vaccines that they're talking about in the movie, there was actually like a bigger. They started filming this before the pandemic, and
Yeah,
they only had 17 days left of filming
yeah,
when the world shut down.
yeah,
And they were in Prague, I think it was.
yeah, yeah,
And and then they all got sent back to the US with like 2 weeks left of filming to
yeah.
finish the thing. But apparently there was a whole storyline about a pandemic that they had written like a year and a half before there was any signs of an actual pandemic. So they just had to like cut and chop like the whole beginning of the movie, reshoot a few scenes in the last couple of weeks when they did reopen again to like cleanse this of a pandemic
Yeah. Oof.
um, direct mention. And I tell you, like sometimes, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, even though it's written like a year and a half before it actually comes to theaters, has been like Winter Soldier came around the same time as like Andrew Snowden and
Mm.
like all the WikiLeaks stuff and all that stuff, like Edward Snowden, sorry, like that whole like the government has information on you and then the Winter Soldier comes out going, with the information we have, we will start eliminating people.
Hmm.
So it's like a little, sometimes a little too,
On the nose.
yeah.
Yeah.
And and so like in real time they were like, yeah, we have to rewrite this entire 8 episodes because that's too creepy for Marvel. It was too much. And so I like that. What are the other TV shows? Um, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. What are the other ones?
I don't remember. I know that I think
Oh, I love Loki.
Loki's in what,
Um,
season 3 or season 2, something like that. I haven't
I
seen
think it
season
was
2 yet.
three. I think it was three. I think there was
Okay.
three of Loki.
Yeah.
Might have been two, maybe. I think yeah, Loki was the only one that got a season two.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
apparently they canceled Falcon and the Winter Soldier because of the way that they had to release all like the release date for all the movies
Yeah.
changed because of
Yeah.
the pandemic, and they wouldn't have been able to get Falcon and the Winter Soldier out before
The
Captain
new
America
Captain
Brave
America
New World.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been able to figure it all out before then because of
Yeah.
the way all the shooting schedules changed.
Yeah.
And so that's apparently why they canceled it. I don't see why they can't just like update it and release it after Brave New World, but eh, that's just me. Um, what else do we have coming up? Oh, I
So hang
want to
on.
talk.
I need a bio break and then I'll be right back.
Okay,
All right.
okay, do that. Do that. I'm just gonna sit here, smoke my vape. Hi, Twitch.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay,
So
next.
we have to talk about the upcoming MCU, specifically Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
I am 3/4 stoked for this movie. Excuse me. I'm gonna burp. Sorry. So apparently, this movie was once again co-authored by the director and Ryan Reynolds. So that's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I do hope that we get like a big Celine Dion-esque theme song.
I mean, we're
Like,
definitely getting a popcorn bucket that you can
yes.
collate. So, you know, or
Yeah.
no, a filleting popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I'm looking forward
Same.
to seeing and apparently like the thing is that the TVA from the Loki movies or Loki show
Yeah.
is responsible for bringing Wolverine and Deadpool together.
Okay. It'll be interesting to see how that happens.
I have no idea how that works. And see what characters they're introducing. I don't know who any of these people are. Oh, Dupinder's back. The taxi driver who drives him around. He's a lovely man from Canada as well. And he appears every so often in pizza commercials.
I like Dopinder.
I like Dopinder a lot. So yeah, I'm kind of stoked about it. I don't know any of the plot really, other than it's the two of them together.
Same.
Apparently the guy who directed it was a director on Stranger Things.
Okay.
I think I know it's a new director for Deadpool. It's going to keep its R rating.
Good.
Which will be a first for Marvel Studios. So maybe we'll hear the F word more than once.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Because apparently you're not allowed to have any in a PG-13. No, you're only allowed one in a PG-13. And they've never used it. They've had a lot of shits and dams, but no
F-bombs.
No F-bombs, which I believe is a lost opportunity because I know that there's at least once in every movie that Tony Stark is in where he wants to say it.
Yeah.
They filmed almost all of Deadpool and Wolverine in England.
Did they?
Yeah.
What's after Deadpool?
What's after Deadpool? Let's look. Avengers. Oh, sorry. Captain America: Brave New World comes out on Valentine's Day next year, and then Thunderbolts. That's when we get our boy back.
Thunderbolts?
Yes, it's like the anti-Avengers. It's Bucky Barnes, Ghost, U.S. Agent, Yelena Belova, and the Red Guardian. Taskmaster.
I'm glad they keep Yelena.
And Taskmaster and Sentry, which will be a new entry from I believe Sentry's from the X-Men world, but I could be wrong.
It sounds kind of like a Suicide Squad-ish type mix.
And yeah, so it's supposed to be like the opposite of the Avengers. They're still trying to do right, but they are very flawed human beings. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Elaine from Seinfeld.
Yeah,
She comes in the Black Widow movie.
Yeah.
The one with the purple streak in her hair. She's like the Nick Fury of this particular group.
Ah, okay. All right.
Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. Sorry, Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. And they had to replace Thunderbolt Ross, who was played by
William Hurt,
William Hurt,
because he died.
and because he died, and they've replaced him with Harrison Ford.
Interesting. Now there are people,
but Thunderbolt Ross is now the president of the United States as of Thunderbolts.
Interesting. All right. So President Harrison Ford.
And they also might be changing the name of Thunderbolts.
Okay.
So it might come out as a different movie, like named as a different thing.
Okay. It's not a series, it's a movie?
It's a movie.
Okay.
Or it's going to be one of those things where every 3-4 years they put out the team up movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Avengers or Civil War, that sort of thing. That'll be this might be like the next like 3 Avengers type movies might be this group.
Gotcha.
And so there's that. Thunderbolts, and then there's Fantastic Four in July of 2025. So a year from July.
Nah.
And then we have the remaking of Blade, which I've heard that Mahershala Ali will be playing Blade.
Oh, that'll be interesting. I do love him as an actor.
And then, to be announced pretty much everything about it, Avengers 5 on May 1st, 2026. And then Avengers 6, which will be Secret Wars, which is a great comic book series. And now that they have all the people from the X-Men back, I think they'll be able to do it like more to the text. And that will be May 7th of 2027. And there's also supposed to be another Spider-Man and Shang-Chi. And there's a as yet untitled X-Men film coming in the next 2 to 3 years.
I'm seeing a lot of people or a lot of places saying that the MCU is dead. What is your take on that?
I think that one, hooking up the TV shows to the movies, I think, well, in some ways it seems like a good idea. I think it's a bad idea. I think I'm also looking back, like this is now, they have like basically all new sets of characters, especially with them getting all of their stuff back from Fox. The only character that Marvel Studios isn't in control of now is Spider-Man and related characters.
Okay.
So Marvel Studios has control of all, basically 6,000 of their characters.
Okay.
With the exception of the 4 or 5 dozen that have appeared in Spider-Man. They're still owned by Sony. And Sony's going to keep making shitty Spider-Man movies every 10 years. Or every 5 years or whatever it is. They have a thing with when Marvel sold Spider-Man to Sony in the 90s because Marvel didn't want to go bankrupt. They basically said that if Sony goes like X number of years without using the property, they lose it.
Yeah. A lot of studios are like remake shitty movies just to keep the title.
Yes. Though they went in and did the Venom stuff. So that
I liked the
and
first Venom movie. I really didn't like the second one.
I don't.
Yeah.
If I watched the second one, I have no recollection.
Yeah.
So Venom, I think, counts because they've also now made this deal with Marvel, to like co-make the Spider-Man stuff, and then Sony gets a cut of what Marvel makes when Spider-Man jumps over to the MCU.
Mm. Okay.
And so the stand like the like No Way Home and Far From Home and Homecoming, they're actually owned by Sony.
Yeah.
And Marvel gets like 1% or something.
Yeah.
And then when Spider-Man comes over to do like the Avengers or Civil War,
They get
Civil
a
War
cut.
was the first time he did it.
Yeah.
Sony gets like just a cut of them sharing, and it gets like co credited with producing it.
Gotcha.
It's
We
dumb.
are at an hour and a half.
Oh
And
shit! Do we need to go?
yeah, I'm it's a hard pain day. And
Yes, we did
I
talk
think
about
this
that
is,
earlier. I still have
yeah,
drink left. Awesome, Lori.
sweet.
Um, uh, I have tons of opinions about these things that no one needed to hear, but thank you for listening.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for
I put on
being
makeup
on.
for this.
I did too.
I
Like
brushed my hair. I brushed my hair.
your hair looks gorgeous.
It is, my hair is glorious.
You
And
have
I'm the luckiest woman in the world to have the hair that I do.
you are.
There are people with thin hair who are like, bitch. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I just want you to know that I'm not ungrateful.
Yeah.
Because I have a sister with very baby fine hair,
Mm-hmm.
who can like do like $200 worth of processing and can't even get a wave in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's bonkers.
I want to thank everybody for watching today.
How many people did come on Twitch?
So far none. It's
Oh,
been a slow day, but we usually get, people watching the YouTube video
oh,
afterwards.
I forgot about that. Hi, YouTube. I'm gonna go. I probably need something to eat, but
Yeah, I
thank
probably
you.
need something to eat. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's been wonderful
It was good
talking
to
to
see
you.
you again.
It's good to see you again. And I love you and I miss you.
I love you and I miss you. Stucky forever.
Indeed. Indeed. All right,
I'm leaving now.
all right, bye.